Garvin Rowe says, as a Brit, you're all in for an education. Keep in mind, this is shown just after 9 p.m. Watershed when TVPG becomes TVMA. So, guys, especially if you're in the UK, get in your super chats, get in your humper chats about this, because we get back at about midnight-ish Sunday night, midnight British time, and we are off on a bike ride across the city, yada, yada. And we walk in, Jimmy, and our TV is on. Hotel TV is on. We had just been watching just whatever was on, normal British stuff. I don't know what the hell they do. But what is staring back at us as we walk into the room, Jimmy? A very large, uncircumcised penis. Just, I'm talking like full-on anteater, just staring us down.
Did you turn to your wife and say, hey, cool, they fixed the pay-per-view?
Well, she had been back in the room to change briefly earlier. And I'm like, what did you put it on? And then there's just this woman that's up there just breaking down the ins and outs of this thing that we are witnessing. And then they go over one square. There's just a woman's vag, just bloop, right there. And the woman is breaking down what she likes and doesn't like about that. And I'm like, what is going on here? It was like a train wreck.
Who's breaking it down? The vag owner?
No.
Else?
So we can't see the faces of the owners of the penis or the vag.
Okay.
The dong or the clam, as we'll call it, right?
And who's judging it? Who's speaking?
So it's this woman on a dating show.
Oh.
And she's a bisexual woman, so she's choosing between men and women here. And the host is like talking it over with her and saying, oh, what do you like in a penis? What do you like in a dong? What do you like in a clam? Any of those things. And it's a dating show where at first they reveal the bottom half and you eliminate somebody based on that.
Okay.
So we watched 2 episodes. We would have watched a lot more if it went longer. No pun intended. But the second one was a guy, and he's a very shy guy, and he eliminated this woman. Oh, he had instant regrets, Jimmy. He was regretting it. Oh, my. You should have seen the look on his face. He's like, oh, no. Like he was bummed because she was a pretty girl.
So why did he reject her?
He couldn't see her face. He couldn't see anything above the clam, Jimmy. Don't judge a clam by its shell, as they always say.
Apparently. Do you get to talk to them at all?
Briefly as they leave. Now, it's funny because later on, he very clearly knew he wanted to eliminate one woman because she was out. And he's like, bye. See you, mate. Bye. One of those. So you eliminate them based on the bottom half. Then they go up to the neck. You eliminate another one.
Wow.
Based on what you got there. Then you see their faces. You eliminate somebody based on that. And only after that, when you're down to like 2, do you actually get to hear them or know anything about them. It is amazing.
What kind of people, amazing. Like the people that are going on the show to be the model?
Yeah.
These must be people looking for attention, right? They must be like models.
So at the end of the show, it's like, if you want to participate, here's where you hit us up at.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, there are like no plugs. They're not plugging OnlyFans or their Patreon. They ain't plugging FightfulSelect.com. Wish they were.
Did you sign up while you were there, Sean?
What?
Did you sign up for the show just for the experience?
I didn't. I won't be on that show. But yeah, the show's called Naked Attraction. I couldn't stop watching it.
I'm sure you
couldn't stop watching it.
Probably binged the entire season, didn't you?
I wish. It was great. And somebody told me there was a wrestling themed one at one point. And I was like, I don't know if I'd like that. I don't know if I'd like that at all. But maybe we'll do our own version of it. Everybody just actually don't submit us applications. I don't want that at all. I don't want that at all.
No.
Somebody says must have been Channel 4. Let me tell you one thing, David Smith. It was 100% absolutely Channel 4. It was Channel 4 without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, they are much more laid back over there. Like
You think?
But I don't have a problem with it. I don't have an issue with it.
Let me tell you my favorite part. Okay, so you could tell that some of these people were letting people go further in the competition just to make them feel better. They had no desire to really pick them. They had in their mind who they were gonna pick. So the second round was this very shy guy, very shy girl. They go out on a date, and it's very weird because he's like, yeah, I'm going to intentionally cut it short, leave her wanting more. And they had a good time. They shared like the most, oh no, you might have mono kiss I've ever seen. Like it was like a little peck, whatever. And then it says 3 weeks later, and they're back, and he's like, oh, good to see you again. And they had both been like, yeah, this went great. 3 weeks later, mind you. And they go, oh, would you all go on a date again? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, oh, what a relief. I'm like, wait, this went well, and y'all ain't talked in 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Like, I know on like sitcoms, they used to be like, oh, you got to wait a day or two. Got to wait a day or two before the advent of texting and instant messaging and all that stuff. 3 weeks?
And right, they had each other's contact information?
Yes. And I know this because the episode before, they go, oh, what happened after your date? And the girl's like, oh, yeah, about that. We fucked. And it showed a picture of them hanging out naked. And then she's like, oh, yeah, but we've broken up since then. And they met up and they talked about it. It was, and this other boy, oh boy, was not even she's married by now, dude. 3 weeks. It's over.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. I mean, how much of this show is scripted too? A lot of this shit is scripted.
Honestly, I got to say it is one of the least scripted looking shows like this I've ever seen.
Okay.
Like it
feels
there's not
real.
a lot. There's not a lot you can script on there because the whole show is here's some clams, here's some dongs, here's some boobs, here's their faces. What do you think about these? As opposed to like, you know, like those MTV dating shows where that guy's like, I'm a bad boy and I'm not going to tailor myself to anybody. One of those. You know the shit I'm talking about.
You know my old buddy Kelvin, who Sean knows. He was on the third wheel. Do you remember the third wheel?
Yeah, I do.
He was on that. And did you know Justin Roberts, you know, an old friend of mine, he got paid $3,000 to be on Jerry Springer. Did I ever tell you that?
Please.
I don't think Justin would mind if I say that. It's been 25 years.
Okay.
So he got paid $3,000 to be on Jerry Springer and pretend that his girlfriend was sleeping with her own twin sister. That was the story, which just proved that Springer was full of shit because everybody knew it was, but that was confirmation.
Oh, buddy. I've got multiple friends who have been on Jerry Springer. You'd be shocked to learn.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, they really hit the wrestling circuit there at one point, you know?
Well, no, I mean, not even wrestling, like just people from my local town that had been on Jerry Springer.
Now, as part of a scripted thing or legit?
Yes.
Okay.
Scripted.
Okay.
Scripted, absolutely scripted.
Right. Okay.
Oh, boy, Naked Attraction.